So what are the things I'm gonna try to be more productive today, you might ask? So for context, it's like an educational type of content with some slides and here it is. I put some pictures, so stuff to inspire me to work. It's hot outside, but I gotta start my day right. Hey friends, it's David. I would say I wasn't really super productive the past week since I really have a hard time being productive at home, especially since my workspace is near my bed and it's a really small room, so I don't really have a choice but to really force myself to work. So today I wanted to challenge myself and try to be productive as much as I can. So yeah, I'll just document what it's like to try to be productive for the whole day. Sorry it's a bit noisy. The dogs are really noisy today since we have someone painting the garage. Yeah, they're gonna be a bit annoying. But anyway, so what are the things I'm gonna try to be more productive today, you might ask? The first productivity hack is already done, and it's actually taking a jog or exercising. So why does it help? My doctor said that with my ADHD, I have a problem with my overall dopamine levels, so it's harder for me to start more than people without ADHD, I guess. So he said that going for a jog will actually help jumpstart myself in the morning. So this morning I tried it out. I went for a jog. It was hard. It was super hard for me to get out of bed since ever since I started taking antidepressants for my depression and anxiety and also sleeping pills a few months back. It's been harder for me to get out of bed and also wake up early. I remember before, like a year before, even if I do have trouble sleeping at times, I would always wake up at 6 a.m., as in 6 a.m. sharp, without any problems. But since I started taking medication, it's been harder. So I feel like I want to go back to waking up earlier just so the sun is healthier if I do decide to go for a run. So anyway, I went for a run this morning and it was a very, very simple run. Just one round around the subdivision, but it's because it was super hot already. I only ran at around 8 a.m. So I didn't have the sun protection as well, so I didn't want to burn my skin. It was an okay run, but I think I could do better. But I think it was good enough for me to just jumpstart my day and not be lazy, I guess. If you're also someone with ADHD, maybe you know the struggles of being productive. So if you need some tips from my own psychiatrist, he said take the meds in the morning since it's harder for the medication to take effect in the afternoon if you take it late. So the problem with me was I was taking it in the afternoon since I thought that I really couldn't get myself productive in the morning, so I might as well just take it in the afternoon para sulit. But apparently the meds take 2 times the effort to take effect in the afternoon since our body naturally crashes in terms of energy in the afternoon. So yeah, like if you also have ADHD and you don't have a psychiatrist to give you tips, yeah, the first step is really take it in the morning. So now my goal is to be productive this morning and even just do 1 to 2 hours of deep work of me video editing. Anyway, I'll start doing work and hopefully I get a lot of things done. And I'll just take you guys with me. She's agitated since there's a stranger outside. Anyway, quick distraction before I go to work. Here's my current desk setup. I tried cleaning it up, but I always have trouble cleaning it up. So that's my laptop, which I don't use much for editing anymore. And then here's my Legion, which I connected to the monitor. So I have a bigger screen. And then I just have my light there, which I want to replace. I have this Pikachu mousepad from my best friend, which I'm very thankful for since it helps reduce the likelihood of carpal syndrome. It's less painful for the wrist to do work, but at the same time, it doesn't really match the vibe of everything, so I don't know. Let me know if you have any suggestions for a desk setup, since I always want to upgrade my desk, but I don't have the money. So that's my problem now. Anyway, back to work. Okay, on paper, I think I'm productive, but it's just really hard for me to keep being productive since I don't like what I'm editing. Like, it's really hard to imagine what visualization I'm gonna put in the edit. So for some context, it's some talking head, and then I need to animate some stuff or figure out a way to make sure the viewer understands the content or enjoys watching it. But it's hard. I think it's because, like, learning to visualize what they say, especially if it's in a niche I'm not familiar with, it's hard. So I'm feeling a lot of friction right now, and it's only 2 p.m. in the day. I'm not finished with any tasks. I did some smaller tasks just so I can get something done. So I sent an invoice for one of the clients I worked with, so that's a good thing. And then I also sent out my Google Calendar or my Calendly link to the people I'm about to coach, since I do coaching still and I have some clients in coaching. Aside from that, I haven't finished the major stuff I need to get done, which is this video. And I don't like it. But anyway, we'll just figure it out. I think I'll just raw dog it and see if the client likes it. Yeah, but that's what I don't like about the work that I do. It's hard to keep consistent and to keep enjoying it. Yeah, I think I just really don't like editing at this point. Finally done editing. Guess who's really just tired of editing and doesn't want to do it anymore? This guy. I think editing content is just more fun when it's my own, since I know what it's about, and I'm not really high standards when it comes to editing. Like, I don't give much feedback on myself. I don't know, I feel like I just have a problem with feedback. I just don't like it when I did something and I feel like, oh, it's okay, like we can launch it, and then people want to make it even more perfect or whatever. But there's no perfect thing in the world. Why are we pushing for perfection? There's no such thing. But anyway, going back to my goal for the day, which is to be productive, I think I'm doing okay. So it's around, it's gonna be 4 o'clock. So it's 4 o'clock p.m. and I'm done with one thing, which took a long time. If I started at 10, I edited for 2, and then 1, 2. I edited for 4 hours. Damn, that's long. And such a waste of time, honestly. The thing about me is I do know that I want to outsource editing to other people, but I don't want to subject someone to this level of boredom, I guess. Or I don't know, unless someone else likes doing this kind of work. But for me, I think I don't want to edit. Like, it's really just tiring. I'm done rendering what I need. And honestly, just thinking about all the other stuff I need to do gets me super tired. I think that's a clear sign of why I shouldn't be doing this kind of work. I encountered this video from this one guy. I think his name is JD. I think he's a freelancer in the Philippines. I'll try to link his channel below if I remember, since I'm a very forgetful dude. And there's this one video where he just really went raw with talking about his experiences as a freelancer, and he did say that there were really times last year, I think, or the previous year, when he experienced getting a job offer for like a role that's video editing related, but he doesn't really resonate with. And he decided to say no, since it doesn't really resonate with him and he doesn't like editing that sort of video. So JD, if you're watching my videos again, I feel you, and that's why I messaged you since I really want to connect and see how you're doing. But anyway, I think that's something I'm experiencing as well. Like, I don't like the types of videos I'm editing. I'm okay with it. I like the people. They're good people, and I I would give to continuously work with them. But I feel like the manual work of editing just isn't for me. So that's something I have to explore probably. So that's why I really want to outsource the editing so I can focus on probably the stuff that matters to me, like ideation. I think even if I work with this client still, I would be happy to do more ideation and execution. Not really execution, more ideation, I guess. I'd be happy to do more ideation for them rather than the manual task of video editing. So yeah, I think that's it. Video editing is really a manual task. That's why I feel like I'm really having a hard time with it. If you guys don't know, I'm a Gallup certified strengths coach. I'm not going to be selling my coaching as much anymore, but for some context, it gives you a list of your top talents. Their mindset is you should leverage on your talents rather than try to focus on working on your weaknesses, which makes sense if you look at it. Like there are some things in life that we just naturally are good at, and it takes less friction for us to do the thing that we're good at rather than the thing that we're not. So it makes sense. I think that's why I'm feeling a lot of friction with video editing. And it's because according to my report, which I think I'll just talk about in another video. According to my report, I lead by relationship building, so talking with people, and also strategic thinking, like thinking about strategy, thinking about how we can approach something efficiently, I guess. So yeah, I think that's why I'm having a hard time doing this kind of work since it doesn't really match with my strengths. So I think I need to be more mindful of being more strengths-based, as we call them in our coaching. But anyway, that's it for our quick detour. Let me talk about how my productivity went today. I think my overall production for today was good. It just so happens that finishing one video really does take a long time. So I think that's something I have to consider. Per video that I edit, especially if it's long form, it'll take a day. And I think that's something I also have to consider if I do decide to outsource, like probably gonna take them the same amount of time to do the same work as I do. Even if, let's say, they're more focused or they don't have ADHD like I do, I feel like it's gonna be the same. Sometimes I feel bad since I feel like it's just me, it's just my lack of skill or whatever that's taking me this long to edit. And also since I'm also filming a vlog at the same time as I work. Yeah, that's why I've experienced some imposter syndrome when it comes to editing, since it really does take me a long time to finish the work and it's not really top tier editing, if I may say. I feel a lot of imposter syndrome just thinking about how other people who are twice as good as me or 4 times as good as me are also out there and they could be serving this client that I have. But I don't know. I think it's just my head messing with me. Yeah, I think I'll just get better. I don't need to put so much pressure on myself since I am just starting and this is my first time handling like 2 clients at the same time. And I think I'll be onboarding a 3rd one soon since I came back into the talent pool of this agency that I got my other client from and they put me back in the talent pool. So I'll be doing interviews again with people. So yeah, I think I just need to cut myself some slack a bit and not pressure myself too much since I got all the time in the world to figure things out. Anyway, I think something I need to do today is filing my tax forms. Yeah, that's something I need to do today. So let's do that.
BIR Form 17018 is the form used for filing annual income tax return for individuals earning income. Our official website at www.bir.gov.ph and install BIR forms.
Okay guys, we did it. We filed our tax forms for the year 2024. This is a huge win. I think I was really tempted to call BIR and ask for support, but I found a YouTube video that helped. Anyway, I don't like our EBIR website. It doesn't look good. Bad UI, bad UX, everything's bad. But anyway, I was able to file it. And I have my Notion to thank for it, honestly. So I started keeping track of everything that I file because I really have no way of organizing this other than this. But anyway, so I started documenting what tax forms I file and also my receipts. So if you look at it, like my profit or income from last year in total was only 10K. So that's so sad. That's why I stopped doing coaching, fam. Like I only made 10K last year from coaching. That's super sad. That's why I depleted my income so much, since that was the only amount I made out of trying to build my own business. But it was a win. I think like at least I was able to make some money out of it. Very good. But this year, finally, I have income. So I had a workshop that I started this year. So I got like 35,000 from that workshop. And then I have my regular client right now. So I'm gonna be filing those taxes too, starting Q1 of this year, which is due on May. So that means I'm not gonna do it now, because I will cram the heck out of it, since I don't need to urgently file my taxes now. But should I do it? Too lazy. No, I'll do it next time. I have other things I need to do today. Anyway, just a quick side note. To all of you guys commenting on my videos, thank you so much. I see you, and I appreciate the appreciation. And I appreciate all you guys for watching my content and finding value in it. So shout out to you guys, Paolo, Hamilton, and Ben. Really appreciate you guys commenting, especially on my ADHD videos. I think for my content, I always ask if you guys like what I'm talking about, because I'm not too sure yet about what I want to focus on for my channel. So I think seeing people reacting to the ADHD stuff, the productivity stuff, and also the unfiltered stuff in my life is a good sign. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Something that I like about YouTube, and also one of the reasons why I'm trying to build a career out of becoming a YouTube professional, is because YouTube is a community building platform. So your goal for YouTube as a creator is to build connections with your audience, for you to get to know them as well, and also create that interaction in some way or form. So doing the comments, I think, is a huge thing. You guys commenting, you guys trying to reach out and build a connection with me. I have my Instagram on my channel, so you can reach out there. I'm not super active on Insta though, but I'll try my best in the coming weeks, since I'm trying to take content more seriously. But yeah, YouTube is a community building platform, so let's build a community. I think that's it. Like, let's try to build whatever community we can build and make it safe, make it growth oriented for everyone, just so, we can build a good, safe space for everyone online. So anyway, that's just a side note. Let's get back to work. Whew. Hello, friends. I just finished some cramming. So I finished editing around 4 p.m. and now it's 6:30. It's gonna be dinner time. I obsessed over the wrong things, but it's okay. I feel like I'm still productive. So I obsessed over fixing thumbnails and also arranging this Google Drive that I have with the client. So I obsessed over fixing the folder just so it has labels and everything else, which I know isn't really urgent, but I obsessed over it. So it's done. Now I think I'm just gonna take a break, and then I'm gonna try to do some more editing later tonight, since I have one more client that I'm gonna work with for today. One more client I'm gonna work on for today, and then yeah, we'll just see how this goes. Anyway, I got irritated a bit earlier when I was talking to a friend, or someone I work with, because similar to what I said earlier, throughout the day I felt like I'm very slow when it comes to editing, and I don't know how long it actually takes to edit. So yeah, I was kind of curious if it takes the same amount of time for someone else to do the similar work that I do, or if it's just me being very, what do you call this? What's the word? Hindi magaling. Hindi inadequate eh. Incompetent. Or if it's just me being incompetent as a video editor. So I'm not actually sure. So just a short rant. I asked my friend, or I asked my colleague, how long it usually takes him to edit certain videos, and he said it's usually quick, depends on the type of edit. And then he asked what kind of video I was editing, so I sent it to him. So for context, it's like an educational type of content with some slides animating up and some text showing. So that's how I visualized it, only that kind of edit. And then he said like, oh, you just need to really focus. You just need to maybe set a challenge for yourself. Give yourself a challenge to finish it in X amount of hours so that you're motivated to finish it. And then also prepare what you need to do before actually editing so that you edit it a lot faster. Anyway, he gave some tips or I don't know, some ideas on how I can improve my work. But it's just not what I need, I guess. The thing is, like, I tried these things before. They just don't work since, I don't know, like my mind, I think it's the ADHD. I feel like I know rather that it's the ADHD. It's really hard for me to focus. It's hard for me to keep motivated and keep focused on certain tasks. He just said remove distractions so you stop getting distracted and then give yourself a challenge and whatever, I don't know. And then for me, I just got irritated since in my head, like I've tried these before and they just don't work since ADHD. Like there will be times in my day when I'm productive, but also the times that I'm not. So I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like he just doesn't really know where I'm coming from. But it's okay. Like I didn't really specify what I needed from him. If it's just information, how long it takes to edit, or if it's advice. Anyway, I don't like receiving advice from people that don't know where I'm coming from. I'll just do another rant about this in my other channel, which I think is gonna be more of a podcast type channel. So stay tuned to that in case you want to just hear me rant, I guess, about everyday stuff. So anyway, that was a bit annoying, but not a lot of people know what it's like to have ADHD. And also, I think people's expectations of how productive you are is just unrealistic, I guess. If they expect you to sit down and edit the whole video during the day and then still have a lot of energy to do a second video, I feel like that's really unrealistic. Yeah, so I think it's just the unrealistic expectations of people for our productivity. Anyway, I'll just rant again later. For now, I'll just take a rest and probably do some more editing later. I don't know, I'll just see. I need to be kinder to myself. I need to tell myself when to stop working since I usually don't. I need to remind myself that I don't need to be 100% productive all the time since my body has its own flow or whatever. So yeah, like I really just need to be kinder. Yeah, to be kinder to myself. Tell myself that it's okay and not pressure myself to overwork. So I think I'll just prioritize what I do every week. And then, yeah, things will just fall into place. Ay, sakit na likod ko. I had to stretch a bit and exercise since my back hurt. I think it's the result of sitting down all day and editing all day since we're not really built to just do that. Anyway, I think I just have to remind myself to do occasional stretches and exercise as well. Yeah, let's not break our back. But I have heard, well, from my mom specifically, that if your back hurts, the best thing you can do is to stretch and to move it more. Because our tendency when something hurts is to not move it. But the best thing to do actually is to keep moving it. Since the reason it hurts is because you're not moving it as much. So what you gotta do is you gotta move it more. And hopefully your muscle gets stronger so it doesn't hurt anymore. That's why it's very important to exercise. Anyway, I won't be doing work. I'll just be fixing my Notion since I need to manage my life a lot better. So here's me attempting to fix my Notion again. Hey everyone, I actually just finished the call and I'm also done with my Notion. So I can show you guys my Notion in another video, not this one, since I think it'll take a bit of time to show it. But let me show you a glimpse of it. Here it is. I put some pictures, so stuff to inspire me to work. I have a project panel and then some pages, and then here's my to-do for the week. So I just changed the names of the projects since I'm not supposed to show you the organization names. So I'm gonna be rocking this new Notion system in the next couple of months, and hopefully it helps me organize my life a lot better. Anyway, I'm tired and I feel like I documented as much as I can today, and I don't want to do any more work. I just gotta rest. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy this content. It was about my morning routine, but I didn't really do much. I just did the exercise, so not sure how to title this video. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you like this kind of content in the comments below, and feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.